Hi, Chib. How's it going? Today is the 28th of November 2020. It's a Saturday. We spoke this morning, had a good time playing on Worldcraft. You were showing me your ship that you built, which was really nice. And then we played on Animal Crossing. And what did we do today? It was Thanksgiving, actually. We put the date back and we did Thanksgiving, and they were all making food, and then we built the camp for the campsite for the visitors to come, so that we can get KK Ryder there. And that's part of getting the game forward. And yeah, that was good fun. And we also decorated a new room for you. And we read this book, which is kind of leading up to Christmas now. And Advent is going to be on, is it Tuesday, which is the 1st of December, and you've got a Harry Potter Lego calendar to open, and also a nice chocolate calendar. So Christmas is coming soon, and I'm going to be posting your parcels soon as well. Because we need to get them there early for you so that you can open them on your birthday and then on Christmas. You've got two parcels coming. So, yeah, we read this book today, and you liked it, and I'm going to send it to you. But I thought it would be nice to read it as well. So if you wanted to read it along with me, you can do. Now, it's a bit of a wide book, so I'm going to have to kind of get up and do this, because otherwise I won't be able to get far enough out to get all the pictures in. But what you can see on the front is there's Santa, and he's got a horse. And then there's one reindeer, so that's not unusual, isn't it? Normally Santa has lots of reindeers and they all pull the sled for him, but in this it's a horse. So maybe, well, this is the story of how Santa came across the reindeers that he uses for delivering all the presents to the boys and girls all over the world. So here we go. So it's called Dasher, and it's by Matt Tavares. You may have, so here we go. You may have heard the story of how a certain red-nosed reindeer was chosen to guide Santa's sleigh one foggy Christmas Eve. You've probably heard of 8 other reindeer too. So the one with the red noses is Rudolph, but you've probably heard of 8 other reindeer, and this is a story about one of those, which is Dasher. So maybe you can even remember all their names. You might be surprised to hear that there was a time long ago when Santa's sleigh was pulled not by a team of reindeer, but by a single horse named Silverbell. In those days, Santa didn't have quite as many toys to deliver as he does now. But over the years, as more and more children believed in the magic of Christmas, Santa's list grew longer and longer. And as his sleigh grew heavier and heavier, Santa knew that pretty soon dear old Silverbell was going to need some help. This is the story of how an ordinary family of reindeer became the most famous animals in the world. And it never would have happened if it weren't for a brave young doe named Dasher. And here is a picture of some reindeer, and this is a circus area. And look, you've got other things here too. You've got lions and rhinos and elephants, and look, there's a guy here who's probably the owner of the circus, and lots of people looking at the reindeers. And here we go. Life was not easy for the reindeer family of J.P. Finnegan's travelling circus and menagerie. They spent long days crammed together under the hot sun as an endless stream of curious people jostled to catch a glimpse of them. It's not like the North Pole, is it? Even at night, there was little rest. Some nights, to pass the time, Mama would tell stories. It was a magical place, she would say. The air was crisp and cold, and the ground was always covered with a cool blanket of white snow. Your father and I were free to roam under the glow of the North Star. Dasher, the youngest reindeer, loved Mama's stories. Is that the North Star, Mama? She asked. The very same, Mama said. We always knew we were home when it was directly overhead. I wish I could go there, said Dasher. Mama sighed. I do too, she said, but Mr. Finnegan is not kind to animals who try to escape. And there's the North Star. He looks a little bit happy there, Dasher, or her I should say. Day after day, under the watchful eye of Mr. Finnegan, the reindeer family delighted crowds wherever they went. Dasher liked being with her family, and she loved meeting so many children who were always kind to her. Sometimes they even fed her carrots, which was her very favourite food. But at night, while the others were sleeping, she would lie awake, gazing at the bright star on the horizon, wishing for crisp, cold air and cool blankets of white snow. Mr. Finnegan, I guess. One night, mighty winds shook the circus tents and rattled the animal cages. Look, it's open. Dasher was wide awake, wishing on the North Star, when she was startled by a loud creak. The gate to their pen had swung open. Dasher could hear rustling from inside Mr. Finnegan's trailer. She glanced up at the North Star. She looked back at her sleeping family. She knew that this might be her only chance. Her heart pounded. She took a deep breath, and then she ran as fast as she could. On she went for hours with the North Star as her guide. Look, there's the North Star over there. But no matter how far she travelled, it was still way off on the horizon. Dasher began to wonder if she would ever make it there. She thought about turning back, but she couldn't remember the way. She didn't know what to do. So she looked up at the North Star and made a wish. Just then, Dasher heard something in the distance, a soft jingling coming from the woods. What's that? Oh, look, there's Santa Claus with his horse, Silverbell, and here's the sled with all the presents. There, in a clearing, Dasher saw a man and a horse. "I'm sorry, Santa," said the horse. "The sleigh is just so heavy this year." The man smiled. "Now don't you worry, Silverbell," he said. We'll take care. We'll take all the breaks you need." "But the children," said the horse. "They'll be heartbroken if we can't deliver all these toys by Christmas morning." "Children," thought Dasher. She stepped forward. "Maybe I can help," she said. And here she is. There's the picture from the front cover. "Hello there," said the man. Dasher walked closer. The man smiled. "Have you ever pulled a sleigh?" he asked. Dasher shook her head. "I've never even seen a sleigh," she said, "but I pull a wagon just about every night." "Well," said the man, "how would you like to make a whole bunch of children really happy on Christmas morning?" "I would like that very much," said Dasher. Oh, look, so here's Santa on the sled, and here's the Dasher and Silverbell. So Santa thanked Dasher and attached her harness. It was soft against her fur, and its jingling bells made the most beautiful sound she had ever heard. Santa climbed into his sleigh. Dasher pulled with all her might. Then suddenly the load felt lighter. Dasher looked down. Whoa! They're flying! There's the magic of Christmas. They're going to deliver all the presents, and they look happy. Look at Silverbell. He looks happy too. Go, guys, go! Oh, look, there's the moon, and they're flying off into the night sky, and here's all the houses underneath. All night, Dasher and Silverbell pulled Santa's sleigh through the air as Santa guided it from rooftop to rooftop, delivering toys to children everywhere. Dasher had never experienced such a thrill, and she ate so many carrots she felt like she would burst. She was having so much fun she forgot all about the North Star. She's looking up there. As the first light of dawn appeared on the horizon, they landed. The air was crisp and cold. The ground was covered with a cool blanket of white snow. Dasher searched for the Northern Star on the horizon, but couldn't find it anywhere. Santa smiled. "Dasher," he said, "look up." And there it was, directly overhead. "Is that the Northern Star?" she asked. Santa's eyes twinkled. "Merry Christmas," he said, "and welcome home." Well, she's gone to the North Pole with the North Star. And look, here we are looking up and enjoying it. The North Pole was just as wonderful as Mamma's stories. Dasher roamed wherever she pleased, and Santa gave her all the carrots she wanted. But something was missing. "I love it here," she told Santa, "but I miss my family. I wish we could be together." Santa smiled. "That's your best wish yet, Dasher," he said. "Let's go and find them." Oh, look, they must have found them because look, they're on the sled. Later that night, Dasher guided Santa's sleigh all the way to J.P. Finnegan's travelling circus and menagerie. Mamma, Papa, Dasher whispered. Everyone, wake up! Mamma lifted her head. Dasher, she said, is that you? Is it really you? It is, Mamma, said Dasher. She told her family all about Santa and Silverbell and how the North Pole was just as amazing as Mamma's stories. But I missed you, she said. You were all I wished for. Dasher led her family to Santa's sleigh and Santa attached their harnesses. You're not going to believe this part, she said. Well, look at all the snow, but all the people are happy to see them, and they're off. When Christmas Eve arrived, Silverbell watched as Santa prepared his team. I guess they're wishing them all well, aren't they? I don't know if we can see Silverbell there. Maybe that's Silverbell. Are you sure you don't want to come? Asked Dasher. I'm sure, said Silverbell. I know the 8 of you will do a fine job. And there they go, taking off into the sky. Wow, look at that snow and all the houses. It looks so cold, but they're doing it. They're going to deliver the presents for all the boys and girls. Late that night, as Santa and his team of reindeer soared around the world, he called them by name for the very first time. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. That's the name of all the reindeers. Well, and they've just come back and I think they're allowed to relax again. They must be very tired after going the whole way around the world, from Japan to England and everywhere in between and back again. On Christmas morning, after all the toys had been delivered, they flew back to the North Pole, where they still live happily today. There, the air is crisp and cold. The ground is always covered with a blanket of white snow. And Dasher has everything she ever wished for. The end. Well, that's a nice book, isn't it? I've never heard that story before today, to be honest with you. I knew that there were the 8 reindeers, but I didn't know that that's how they all came together to meet Santa and help all the kids in the world get their presents. So I learned something new as well. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that story. I'm going to send you the video now, and the book will be coming soon afterwards. I hope that you have a lovely Christmas this year, and I'll be thinking of you. And I'm hoping there's good news about maybe a vaccine coming with the virus. So maybe, next year at some point I'll be able to come and see you. I'm crossing all my fingers and toes. I love you very much, and I'll speak to you again next Saturday, I guess, or Sunday. I'm already looking forward to it. Okay, well, I love you. Bye.